Hello, hello, hello. Aren't you cute? Oh no, you're peeing. You're a girl. Uh-oh. So just finished work. About to go to a jiu-jitsu class. This one's from yesterday. I'll make a video about this tomorrow. About this here. If life is about discipline and intention, then why shouldn't this be about discipline and intention? A lot of people do it wrong. There's a purpose for everything. But about to go to a jiu-jitsu class. I have around 10 minutes left before the class, and I'll try and get a bit of footage from the class. I try to take videos of my training just so I can see what I need to improve on, just so I can see what am I lacking in. Is it skill? What technique am I lacking? It's very windy today. You can probably hear that. Sounds like stuff is about to fall over. And that's it. That's all you need. Put it back. Use it next time.
Ooh, that thing was wrong, man. Tell me it's scared of that. It was dope. It's scared.
So what we gonna do for the next?
So I hope you enjoyed the footage of my jiu-jitsu training and the different approach I'm taking on my videos. We can get right into the topic, and today's topic is the phrase that I really hate. People saying money can't buy happiness. And if you're one of the believers that keep saying this, or if you believe this, I'm going to deconstruct your views in just one sentence. So if your parents are working a 9 to 5, and if they are paying a mortgage, or if they're paying bills, just imagine you being able to retire your parents, to pay off their mortgage, and to make it possible for your parents not to work a single day anymore, so they can focus on their own hobbies, so your mom can focus on housework and maybe even raise another child, and maybe so your dad can help himself with his hobbies, and he can also help his wife to create a home, to create a good environment for their future generation, for their kids. Imagine they can focus on their hobbies and the things that they like to do instead of going to a 9 to 5 that they hate. And also imagine not going to a 9 to 5 that you hate and being able to do what you love to do. But even put that aside, and let's not be selfish for a second and just think about your parents not having to come home tired, frustrated with their jobs. In my opinion, that's happiness. I think that's enough already. I don't think you need anything else explained apart from this concept. That's happiness. So basically, there's a social construct that modern families cannot survive on just one income. You have to have two people working to survive, to be able to pay your mortgage, to be able to pay your bills, to buy food. You need two people in the family to work to make that happen. That is if you're working a regular job, and if your partner is also working a regular job and you're getting an average wage. If you're an average person, you need two people to contribute to make things happen, to even be able to afford a mortgage if that's the route you're planning to take. So, in a way, this dynamic, the social construct, makes it very difficult for you to have more than one child, let alone just one child. It's really difficult for you to have more than one child because the expenses of childcare are just quite expensive. If you're not aware, it costs anywhere from like $1,000 to $2,000 or euros for your child to go to a childcare facility for 1 month. So that's kind of an average wage where I live in Ireland. And imagine you got 2 children now. Makes things quite difficult, doesn't it? So, in a way, this is kind of done on purpose. And if you don't know what I mean about this being done on purpose, it's basically, it's kind of to decrease population in the world. It's to masculinize women and to demasculinize men. It's to make men weaker and women stronger. So women now are getting into positions of power and they're able to, hold a job of their own, and they're getting, higher status than the males. And this kind of puts the males down. Completely males' faults for engaging in things like instant gratification, like watching porn constantly, playing video games, not taking care of themselves, not exercising, not reading, being complacent, being lazy. The modern rules make us lazy. So the women are beginning to be stronger than the men, and this is done on purpose. This is all done to not have men in power, because men in power is seen as something as dangerous these days. Masculinity, you probably heard of toxic masculinity. It's a very prevailing subject at the moment, and yeah, today's social constructs are damaging our society. So, in a way, all I can say is strong men are hated in today's society. And you can see this by, the influential people in today's world that are being cancelled because they have some views against the whole social system at the moment. And they're being cancelled for speaking out. So why do you think they'd be cancelled? It's not just for the fun of it. They're doing it on purpose. So if you have money in this world and you're a strong man, you can kind of bend the rules in your favor. So now you can focus on having more than one child. Your wife or your partner can now spend the time and look after that child while you're working, while you're providing for your family. This can all be possible if you're earning for 2 people or even more. This can all be possible Your wife and your partner or whoever you have can stay at home and just not worry about working. They can just take care of your family, do the cooking, do the cleaning. I'm not being sexist by saying that, but that's how women are supposed to be. Women are supposed to be nurturers. They're supposed to be caregivers. And we are supposed to do the hard work. 200 years ago, women did not go out hunting. If you try and now think as work, as hunting, this is the exact same thing. Women should not be hunting now. Women should not be hunting for money. Your child is being brought up in a system that is so corrupt, and that's the school system. They teach your child to be weak. They teach your child to be a weakling, to comply with the rules, to sit down and listen, not to speak up. If you speak up, you get punished. If you run in the playground and you're being a boy, you're being punished. You're being told not to run, to sit down, or to, I don't know what the modern punishment is, but when I was younger, I remember having to, if I ran in the playground or the schoolyard, I would have to like stand at the wall for like 15 minutes until lunchtime was over. So that was the punishment. Standing at a wall. It was like a prison cell without walls, if you can imagine that. So back to the topic of money can't buy happiness and how much untrue that statement is. Now you have money, so you can focus on spending time with your children. Now you can go on camping trips. You can teach your children martial arts, or you can go and do it even together. You can go on mountain biking trips with your son or with your daughter. Doesn't matter. You can do a bunch of different activities with your children now, instead of having to worry and going to 9 to 5 job where it takes up most of your time, and then you have to go back home and you have to like cook dinner because your wife is out at work too. Now you have to cook dinner and you have to maybe clean the house. Now it's 7 p.m. and you're tired. You just want to go to sleep. But if you have your own business, you can take care of your own time. You can spend time with your son even more. You can spend time with your daughter. You can bond with your child now. Isn't this happiness? I really don't understand when people say money can't buy happiness. Maybe it can't buy happiness, but it provides happiness if you use it correctly. Obviously, if you earn $10,000 a month and you keep buying a new car every single month, maybe you can't buy happiness. If you really love cars and it makes you really happy, that's fine, but you have to utilize the finances correctly to receive that reward of happiness. So yeah, having said that, my goal is to retire my parents by the age 30, by the time I reach age 30. So that gives me 5 years, because I'm 25 at the moment, and hopefully with the progress of this channel, hopefully with the progress of my self-development and the knowledge that is ever increasing from me reading books, doing the correct things, is going to make that possible. Hopefully I manage to get this done within 5 years, and 5 years is a long time. If you think about 5 years, that's over 1,600 days, even more. That's a lot of days. So yeah, money can buy happiness. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you still think that money can't buy happiness. And let me know what you'd like from my next video. Comment down below what topic you'd like me to discuss, and I'll try and do it. So yeah, peace.